Eric Krieger. This is my brother Nick.
I'm Nick Krieger. I'm 32. So I'm older. And I'm a writer, and I've lived in San Francisco for about 11 years. My book, Nina Here Nor There, My Journey Beyond Gender, it's a transgender memoir, and it really kind of seeks to explore the territory kind of between man and woman, which I guess for me, I lived as a lesbian for about 10 years, and I didn't really know what transgender was, and the stories I had heard about what transgender meant was sort of about being born in the wrong body and kind of correcting a mistake, and that really wasn't my experience. I was still working or not working with a milk crate that held a vibrator harness and a half dozen dildos, all gifts for my 23rd birthday, from a friend who'd worked handcrafting toys at Vixen Creations. With little sex, I had little use for most of my gifts in a store like Good Vibes, but I stopped in occasionally, mostly to kill time when meeting people in the neighborhood. Well-lit, tasteful, and expensive, the place reminded me of Whole Foods, except with iridescent purple erections on display. I think there are a lot of genders out there that are something other than man and woman, and whether that's a combination of both or fluidity between both or a gender queerness. I personally am more comfortable just feeling like I embrace both. I lived as a woman for 30 years. I have experiences as a woman. I mean, I understand that the way I kind of navigate society now, I mean, people perceive me to be a man, and therefore I have to use the men's restroom, and I have to fist bump when I see guys and do all these things that dudes do. But as far as like how I understand my experience and even my body and the way I live in this world, it's very much both.
Having, Nick being my transgender brother and family member who I'm obviously very close with, I definitely see myself as a bridge from the community that he considers himself a part of, and I'm trying to get rid of that gap. Culturally, there's a mainstream, and if you're not exposed to things outside of the mainstream, then you just don't know. Unless I had a close friend or unless I had a family member, chances are I wouldn't take the time to learn about it and educate myself on the fact that there are people like this. And
before I really started to, I guess, kind of embrace my gender, I had a lot of fear, and I think it was that's all there was the fear. You will be discriminated against, you may lose your family, you may lose your friends, you're never going to have, your paperwork's going to be screwed up forever. All these things that are really, I guess I want to say, negative, scary things. But nobody told me I was going to be happy. I feel like I've been in the LGBT community for a long time, and one thing that's really challenging is that we all have really different interests. Or not different interests, we all have different things that are important to us to make our quality of life on a day-to-day basis better. And I feel that way as a transgender person too. Transgender people have really, really, really different interests, and some transgender people just want to go about their lives as a man or a woman, and they once they go through their transition, that's it. It really, I am really different. I want to be other. I want to be transgender. I want to be man and woman. And so, for me, like society actually acknowledging that there is space for something outside of man and woman is so important to me. And to me, that could come, in forms, having a choice to write in my gender, being able to choose my pronoun. So, for me, and that's my transgender interest. It's not, everybody's. And in order to live my life according to my values and according to what, felt true to me, I really had to stop caring about what other people thought and how it would affect them.